Hey ladies, welcome back to Lulu's Boutique Academy. So today, let's talk money. This has been like the most dreaded video for me. If you're like me, you really don't like talking about money. It's like a taboo subject. And I feel like it's awkward to share. And I'm probably not going to share how much money I make or I've made as best that I can, but I want to give you tangible advice on how to plan what profits you would like to make and how you're going to make those profits. Does that make sense? So first things first, let me just start from the beginning and let you know that everything is going to be a work in process, a work in progress. And some months are going to be better than others. It's just how it goes when you're running your own business. You can't just walk up to your office or your kitchen dining room table or wherever your office space is in your house, clock in and start making money. You have to actively work. You are doing the shipping, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the promoting, you're doing the graphics, you're doing the social media, you're doing the product making itself. You are doing every single aspect of this business, and you have to give yourself grace, but you also have to push yourself and work to earn that money. You have to convince people to buy your products. And that's not easy. And it's a conversation my husband and I have had so many times, because I'll have a great month one month and the next month isn't so good. And I'm like, listen, dude, as long as I'm in here doing all that I can, you've got to give me some slack, because all you have to do, and that doesn't mean that your husband's job is easy or my husband's job is easy, but literally he could go to work, clock in, sit there, do nothing all day, and yeah, he might get fired down the road, but he's still going to get paid for that day. You know what I mean? It's just my little rant about it. You have to put the effort in, or you are not going to make an income. And every month is going to fluctuate. Seasons are going to cause ups and downs. Obviously, right before Christmas, like November is going to be great, but Christmas time, December is not going to be good. Valentine's is probably going to be pretty good. Depending on what you're offering your customers, different seasons are going to have different fluctuations in your profit. And everything relies on how much work you put into it. You cannot just sit back, post a picture, and hope that someone buys it. It's not going to be that easy. And if you do, you're going to make like a one-time profit, and it's not going to be something that is reoccurring. Which is why I highly encourage you to have some sort of product of the month group or VIP subscription or something like that, to kind of guarantee you some sort of monthly income that obviously you still have to work towards. But if you can get those 20 or whatever customers, to commit to a monthly package that they're getting, then that will kind of ease the stress of whatever your monthly monetary goals are. So let me give you some examples. Well, I feel like I should back up some more. You can hear my kids yelling. I told them I'm videoing and they don't care. When you are brand new to business, it is going to be rough. While you're growing your customer base, it is going to be rough, but be encouraged. If you're making any sort of income and you're not actually at a 9-to-5 job doing work that you hate, be encouraged, because you can work. I mean, I'm in sweats right now. You can work in your PJs with your coffee and make income and help buy Christmas presents for your kids, or pay the electric bill, or put gas in your vehicle. And you did that, and that's awesome, and that's exciting, and it should encourage you to be like, there's money out there for me to get. I just have to figure out how to get it. It's there. How am I going to get my piece of it? So let me be honest. It is thrilling and exciting and sort of addicting when you start making an income to be excited and want to go make more. I always think about it like there's people out there who struggle so much to make any sort of income, and I'm like, it's there. You just have to figure out how to get it, and be creative. As long as you work hard, I feel like I have hair in my mouth, and you have good integrity and you're willing to run an honest business, I feel like you're going to do great. So how I plan my month, and what I was going to say before is, whatever your monthly income goal is, and I'm just going to use some random numbers, but whatever your monthly income goal is, set yourself a number that is attainable. Think of a number that you're like, I could easily hit this number, whether it be, let's say, $500 for the month. Let's just throw that out there. $500 for the month. Can I make $500 this month? And if you can say easily, yes, $500, no big deal, then say, okay, then my goal is going to be $800. That way you're pushing yourself a little bit more. So whatever your goal is that you think is easily attainable, set that number and then add a little bit to it to push yourself. I think I shared in one of my live videos once before that before I had my she shed and everything out at the old house, and I was working every month, and my profit margin for the month, my goal had been the same for maybe 2 or 3 years. The same goal that I needed to hit every single month. This is what it was. And I'll just be honest with you. I don't like sharing the numbers, but I'm just going to be honest with you because it's a really realistic number. When you have some sort of steady customer base, and it was $3,000 a month. I needed to make $3,000 a month. That told me I need to make $100 a day. There's approximately 30 days in a month. I need to figure out how to make $100 a day. And if I took a day off, how am I going to make up for that on this day? So what I would do is plan to go live once a week. I would sit down, I would make my ribbon kits, and I would say, okay, this kit that I've made one kit. This kit is valued at $12. I'm going to make 15 of these kits, or however many I possibly can. Okay, now multiply this $12 times 15. There's how much is that? I can't do math in my head very quickly. And my 15 times 12, that's $180 of my goal if I can sell them all, right? And then I'd say, okay, what else can I offer? I'm going to do this kit. It's a different kit. I'm able to do 10 of those. I would literally sit there and make as many kits as I could, different variations, and different cuts, because some people want 3-yard cuts and some people want 5-yard cuts and some people want 1-yard cuts. And I do just as many as I possibly could at the most reasonable price I could, because some people want to only spend $6, while some people want to make a bunch of bows and want to spend the 12 to 15 bucks on a kit. So you got to make different variations of whatever you're offering. You're offering bows, you're offering tumblers. Make sure you're offering items that are at different price variations, so that your customers who don't want to spend a lot of money and are more frugal, or who haven't tried your product, can spend a little bit less. Get your product in their hand, realize that they like it, and probably come back and spend more. Especially if you ship fast, especially if you package well and your product is a good quality product, then offer a lower priced product so that they can try it out. I'm doing that thing where I'll scroll again, and I'm very sorry. I know that my videos tend to be like kind of long-winded, and it's just me talking most of the time. So hopefully it's not super boring and you're still getting a lot out of it. So anyways, the goal was $3,000 a month. I would literally sit down and say, okay, this week's live sale, my goal is going to be $500, because that would be Monday through Friday. I made $100 a day. Or $700, that meant I could take the weekend off if I could make $700 in one live sale. So I would sit down throughout the whole week, every day for that week. I would prep how much I needed to prep to make sure that I could make at least $700 during that live sale. Typically, I would prep around $1,000 worth, assuming that some things are not going to sell. You just have to assume that. And the other thing is if you're doing live sales, is when doing so, make sure you keep that live sale posted once you're done, because 9 times out of 10, and this still happens to me today, after I'm done with the live sale, people are still claiming stuff the next day, because they didn't get a chance to watch it live. They're going to watch it the next day, and then they're going to claim stuff. So keep it posted. Write on your description, no longer live, but feel free to claim anything that's not sold, and I'll be happy to help you. I'll let you know if I can do any remix of that bow, etc., etc. But let me encourage you, my goal every month was $3,000 for 2 years at least. And my husband came home stressed one day and he said, I don't know if we're going to make enough money this month. We're struggling. We need to figure out some other income. And I just said, how much money do I need to make so that you are relaxed? And he said, $5,000. And I said, that's not, babe, that's not going to happen. I was like, no way. I mean, 3,500 maybe. No way. But I put my head down and I said, I'm going to set that as my goal and I'm going to see what I can do. And I literally just said, what else could I possibly offer this week? What else could I possibly show people? Because for me at least, and probably for you too, when you show something and it doesn't sell, you kind of like, they didn't like that, I'm not going to show it again. Well, really, the right person didn't see it. I mean, there's a possibility that it was just not a popular product, or maybe no one was attracted to it, or wasn't their style, whatever. But always offer it 1 to 2 more times again to see if maybe just the right person didn't see that product yet. Because I'll tell you what, that month I made $5,200. The downside to that is every month after that, my husband was like, okay, yeah, I saw that you could hit that number, so that's your goal every month. 1 second. Ooh, if I get interrupted one more time. Anyway, so that was kind of the downside, is every month, I mean, the downside and plus side is every month my husband said, I saw you hit that number, so now that's your new goal. And it was my new goal. And it worked. I was able to hit that number or get close to that number every month. Now, you have to keep in mind, at that point, I had already owned this business for 9 years at least. By then, I had already owned the business for 9 years. I had already built up a large customer base, and I already had a large inventory supply of things that I could offer. The only thing I did different to hit that number was figure out other creative ways to sell, and make sure I was updating Etsy, and make sure I was working on the wholesale side, and make sure I was working on the retail side, and make sure I was updating the blogs, because having more than one avenue of income has always been the thing that pushes me right over the edge of where I need to be monthly. And again, there has been several times where I've got nowhere near that, especially in December. My husband's like, December's coming. I know it's going to be awful. And I don't know for sure if that's because it's Christmas time and people are spending their money on Christmas gifts, because part of it is also the fact that I'm focused on Christmas and trying to get everything ready and spending time with family and all those things. And so I'm not as focused on working as I should be. So it's a lot of it is dependent on you, because I see people in here killing it in December. I saw one of my customers the other day say, this is the best month I've ever had in profits in my business ever, in December. And I'm like, dang, that's awesome. So there's that. So different avenues of income was the other thing I was going to say. I don't know that I could give you ideas of different avenues of income for you. I would just say expand into other areas as much as you can without overwhelming yourself, because it does get overwhelming, because like I said, you do run every single aspect of that business. And if you have other little connected side hustles that you do, it is a lot. And so for me, for example, I run the wholesale business, doing the designs themselves. Like, I don't design them, obviously Jill does, but doing the, Jill designs the ribbon, I create the jot form, and I do all the spreadsheets, and I run all the numbers, and I place all the orders, and I pay all the bills, and post all the pictures and stuff like that. And it's a lot. I love the wholesale side of the business, but it's still a lot of work running that, plus the retail, just Lou's Boutique Supply, the retail side of it, and doing it by the yard and creating the kits. And then there's the website side of it and updating all the product listings and making sure the website's running smoothly, which it never is. And then there's the blog side of it, which the blog side of it does not generate income at this moment, because running a blog and getting traffic to your website is a ton of work. And knowing how to run a website is way over my head, so I do the best I can with what I know, but I encourage you to try, but I can't help you when it comes to running a website per se, because I suck at it. My husband built my website. He's actually built several of your websites, I believe. And basically what I know is from just playing around with it and figuring it out, but I'm horrible at it. But keeping that updated is important, because when a lot of new customers come to your fan page, they click on Shop Now, and either that should take them to a website or to your Etsy. I'm pretty sure you can connect it to your Etsy. So if you don't have a website, I highly encourage you to have an Etsy, just so that you have some place for the people who don't want to watch videos, because 99% of my income comes from people watching my live sales. That's where most of my income comes from. But a lot of people don't have time to watch videos, don't have time to sit down and listen to me talk while I'm selling something. They just want to see the product, click add to cart, check out, and be done with it. And I totally understand that. So it's important to make sure you offer different ways to shop to different personalities. Of course, there's always going to be other side hustles that I have. Like right now, we have a ton of side hustles. I clean houses for people in the neighborhood, and that makes really, really good income, at least $25 an hour. And that has nothing to do with this academy or running your own small business. I mean, it is a small business, but literally, I'm in a Facebook group for my neighborhood, and people will say, do you have any recommendations of someone that can come clean my house? And I'm like, I can come clean your house. Let me see pictures of it, or let me come by and I'll give you a quote. But cleaning is something that I kind of enjoy doing. I like the end product of a really fresh, clean house. And so that's not for everybody, but it is really good money if it's something that you're good at and you enjoy. $25 an hour at minimum. And then we even started delivering for Domino's Pizza and making tips. I don't do that anymore. I think I'm still on their payroll, but I haven't delivered for them in months. But my husband still does. And it's really, really good tips. So I'm just saying all the side hustle things because if you are in a slump, if you really just need to boost your income for the month, or you really just want to help your family a little bit more, then there's always ideas like that out there. Just figuring out maybe whatever product you're offering, you could offer wholesale to a handful of people, and that could be like a guaranteed monthly sort of contract where you say, okay, there's this business that wants to offer these hair bows to match their outfits. They're going to send me pictures of the outfits every month or every 3 months or whatever, and I'm going to work on offering them 100 bows to match that outfit or whatever it may be. Look for people who sell outfits so that you can sell accessories to match their products. And if you sell tumblers, see if there's a local little boutique store in your town that may want to put your products on their shelves, because I promise you, boutiques and small businesses like that want to fill their shop with more things that are going to draw on the customer. So it's always worth going in and asking. And then craft shows and stuff like that. You can say, okay, I'm going to do this craft show. It's going to cost me $40 to rent the space. It's going to cost me $100 to add more supplies so I have enough product. And I plan to make $1,000 off of that one craft show. Whatever it is, just be realistic. But back to when it comes to like actually planning out how to hit those goals. Again, if you're a bow maker and you're making bows, say, okay, I'm going to go live on this day, and I know you all don't go live, but I highly, highly recommend you do. But if you don't, plan to do drops and say, I'm going to offer 30 JoJo style bows. Those each cost $12. How much money is that? Okay, now how much more money do I need to make to hit my goal? I'm going to offer 20 piggy sets, pigtail sets. Those are going to cost $8 a set. How much money is that towards my goal? What else can I offer in to get closer to that goal? Now all you have to do is show your product, be enthusiastic about it, be excited to show your product. You get excited, they'll get excited. Remind them that you're going to have a drop on this day. Do sneak peeks of it, and do it. Do the dang thing and make that income. I feel like a lot of my videos are just me kind of like talking at the camera. I need to figure out a more creative way to like tangibly show you, and maybe I can create like spreadsheets and stuff like that for you guys. Tell me if these are helping you, and how else I can help you, because it's just me like talking at the camera and I feel like that's kind of boring. But hopefully it's giving you ideas, it's getting you excited, and it's making you want to get in there and get some work done. Because I'll tell you what, when I make these videos, all I think about for the rest of the day and the night and even dream about is like getting in there and getting to work. I had done that video a few days ago on the business page versus the group, and doing a welcome video, and I'm like, oh, I really need to get in there and make a welcome video and take my own advice, and I really need to get in there and schedule some posts and get my thing going too, because right now I'm just focused on making sure the academy is getting all that you guys need, and I really hope that you're making some good income and not giving up. I know this season has been rough for everyone, but be encouraged. It's out there. Money is out there. Income is out there, and small businesses are still a thing. Don't let it discourage you that the world feels like it's going to crap. I love you guys so much. Be encouraged, and I hope you have a wonderful day.